started out as a lawyer, I think the best piece of advice that I got was that it's just as important to be yourself and to be present as it is to be right. Because I'll be honest, I was very much one of those people who felt like I had to be perfect. I thought that, being a good lawyer meant I couldn't make mistakes. I had to know every side, every answer, I have all my deadlines under control. And I got to tell you, it's pretty exhausting. So there was a day in PFA court, and I must have looked really frazzled when we finished because my managing attorney at the time, he turned it and he looked at me and he told me that. He told me, I need to be here, I need to be present. I don't have to be right all the time. Not gonna lie, I didn't totally listen to him at first. I kind of just smiled politely and went back to trying to be perfect all the time. But it stuck with me because it's the truth. I mean, especially as a younger lawyer, that advice is really, really important because it's so easy to get burned out. It's so easy to think we have to be perfect. But the truth is, our clients don't expect us to be perfect. They're okay if we pause to say, I need to check that statute before I answer you because I just want to make sure I have it 100% right. They come to us because they're worried, they're frustrated, they're confused, or they're going through something really horrible in their life. They want someone who's going to listen to them and care about what they have to say. They don't care if you're perfect. They just want to be heard. They just want someone to take the time to understand their problem. And then if they need to look for an answer, that's okay. And it's also important for us to remember that, the case might be routine to us, but for our clients, it's one of the most stressful things they've ever went through. They're not worried about whether or not we are saying it the perfect way. They're worried about what they're going through. And it really applies to how we see each other as attorneys, too. It's really important to have authenticity and humanity. It's important to network because having those other attorneys that you can reach out to, whether it's for advice, just to say, hey, I had this idea, what do you think? Or even just to say, hey, it's going to be okay if you do make a mistake. That's huge in dealing with things like burnout, or even just like if you can't find the answer on your own. So that networking is really, really important. And it's something we do a lot as attorneys. We build a community. We build the ability to call a colleague who, whether they work across the street or across the state, can say, hey, I have this really interesting problem. Have you dealt with this before? Or something similar. Or sitting down for coffee and just talking over a really, really challenging client. It really helps to remember that we're not alone. Even the most experienced lawyers that we know also have times where they don't know the answer, and that none of us have to be perfect. We just have to give our best. We have to understand what our client needs. We have to listen. So at the end of the day, it's not about being perfect. It's really not. You just have to be present. You have to do your best. And that's what makes the work so meaningful.